failed to be sucked into a world that's at once so mundane, yet so magical. A place where you can find Carrie, a warm-hearted kangaroo, and Tabby, a hyperactive kitten, doing yoga exercises together. A place where you can find Plucky the chicken solemnly pacing at the top of the island in the midst of a mild existential crisis. A place where fashion, capitalism, interest-free loans, vacation juice, and dogs in sweater vests have never been so adorable. Such has been the way since Katsuya Iguchi's playful life sim first came to be with the N64's Animal Forest in 2001, and its subsequent localization on GameCube a year later. The series has only grown in popularity ever since, which makes it all the more exciting that this is the first mainline outing in 8 years, with New Leaf co-lead Aya Kiyoguchi now acting as sole director. Plus, you now get to take your villagers with you everywhere you go. And yes, that includes Tom Nook. Does Animal Crossing New Horizons have what it takes to pay the bills? Yeah, we think so. Here's everything we loved about Animal Crossing New Horizons. So yes, it's been 8 years since the last mainline AC game, but that's not to say that nothing has happened in the time since. You'll find traces of Animal Crossing's more recent ventures here, as well as the creep of the modern. New Horizons neatly lifts concepts from spin-offs Happy Home Designer and Pocket Camp, with more comprehensive tools when placing furniture around your house, and with the radical introduction of crafting. It might well lift some ideas from New Crossing Amiibo Party 2, but we wouldn't know as that was one deviation too far from the formula for us, and we're sure many others. DIY designs are passed on by other animals, or maybe you'll find one washed up in a bottle on the beach, or floating by in a present in the sky. The recipes tucked away in your own compendium, and the materials you'll need gathered by hacking away at trees or hitting stones with your shovel, which is a lot more compelling than it sounds, obviously. And in keeping with modern flourishes, you have your very own mobile phone, a sort of stand-in for your slowly expanding menu. And it's there you'll even find daily challenges that reward you Nook Miles, a new in-game currency that allows you to attain goods via in-game ATMs. Yeah, handheld devices and online banking. Animal Crossing New Horizons is every bit a contemporary game. Yet, that said, New Horizons reminds us most of the very first Animal Crossing. Maybe it's how it goes back to basics, and goes back to the wild. When you first set foot on your island, you're a lone pioneer, knee-deep in the weeds. You're even landlocked for those first few days. The further reaches of the island, on the other side of a river, you won't yet have the means to cross. It's up to you to clear the way for new islanders, to pick out their plots, furnish them, and then reach out to other animals, whether they be passing through the campsite or frittering away a day on a nearby mystery island to give them the sales pitch. Progress in New Horizons is slow, as it always has been in Animal Crossing, but here, it's got real purpose. So here's a concept. Is this a gritty reboot for Animal Crossing? Well, as unpalatable as that might sound, yeah, it kind of is. And it definitely works. There's a more grounded logic at play here, to those first few weeks at least. Your first pieces of furniture will likely be made from naked wood chopped from the very trees around you, though rest assured, you'll soon enough get the option to lend them a lick of paint or apply a fresh design with a customization kit, another new feature for New Horizons. Elsewhere, there's a stronger through line, thoughtfully imposed on a game whose aimlessness has always been one of its biggest strengths. And once you've flipped your first few houses and invited a couple of animals to stay, the sense of ownership of "I made this" joy over your surroundings is really unparalleled in the series. As you settle into your new life, a day-to-day rhythm soon sets itself up. though everyone's routine will be entirely their own. In our experience, it starts with a trip to the wardrobe to pick a new outfit for the day ahead, followed by an early morning tour of the island, collecting shells and digging up fossils for blathers to assess over at the museum, all of which keeps us busy until the shops open at 8 AM. Then it's deciding whether to give over the rest of the day to fishing, or maybe to furnishing the island's exterior with whatever new trinkets the Nook twins have in stock. The change-ups to Animal Crossing's already established rhythm are plentiful and make a lot of sense. A proper storage system is now in place in your home, meaning you no longer have to dedicate a room to hoarding items you don't yet have a purpose for. Menus have been defussed and items stack more easily, meaning it's much more enjoyable and accessible to pick out a fresh outfit or redecorate a room. And tools are ready to wield in an instant via a new wheel. But all that said, it is worth noting that not all the changes in New Horizons are welcome. Tool durability, while not new to the series, is more pronounced here in an attempt to push the crafting side of things a bit harder. And it's arguably pushed a bit too hard, with items breaking after around 30 uses. If you didn't like the constant fuss of changing up weapons in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, this is a very similar sort of vibe. And while many island dwellers won't mind it, it can be more of a nuisance than a fun and immersive diversion over time. Some long-established features can also take a little too long to unlock. Our first 30 hours of play were conducted to a single piece of music rather than the more exciting, evolving soundtrack of older games, a mechanic that goes a bit too far in stripping the experience back to basics. And the show-stopping new mechanic to terraform your island won't be available until you're a good few weeks into your new island life. All good things come to those who wait, of course, but do we really have to wait that long? Let's be super clear though. These are a handful of small, annoying details in a game that is full of plenty more delightful ones. Animal Crossing New Horizons is an absolute delight. The way trees rustle in the wind, and how the world is gently littered with fallen branches the morning after a storm. The muted patter of raindrops on your umbrella when you go for a walk in a downpour, or how you'll see those raindrops cascade down your windows if you opt to stay indoors. How each animal is brought to life with writing packed full of character and humour. And it's how, even some 90 hours in, Animal Crossing New Horizons still has an ability to surprise you. It's how each day presents a new mystery to unravel or a fun new visitor to hang out with. Though often it's satisfying enough just to check in to see how your flowers are doing. Sometimes you'll head out for another morning stroll and spot your villagers just going about their lives, and it'll bring you a tiny little pang of joy to think, I did that. Even if it's a villager that you don't particularly like Billy, the troublemaking goat. Seeing him running arms out through a copse of trees, a look of glee fixed on his little face, it's that kind of whimsy and wholesomeness that will keep you coming back again and again. Animal Crossing New Horizons is an absolute keeper, probably the best this series has ever had to offer, and also one of Nintendo's very best games to date. It invites you into a world ridiculous in its everydayness, yet shot through with pure magic, offering a gorgeous kind of escapism that's reassuringly dependable. We just hope you weren't planning on playing anything else this year because you've got flowers to tend to. If you enjoyed this video, we've got more Animal Crossing magic coming up on the channel very soon, so subscribe to Eurogamer for that and for plenty more gaming videos. A new one goes live every single day. Until then, click on one of the lovely tiles on screen right now, and we'll see you on our island. Bye!